Giro here for Umbra Games with a review of Renegade Ops on PC, released in 2011, also available on Xbox Live Arcade for 360 and PlayStation Network on PS3. Renegade Ops was developed by Avalanche Studios, the same people that brought us the most recent Mad Max game, as well as the Just Cause series, delivering this in the years between 2 and 3. Renegade Ops features a band of mercenaries called the Renegades, as they chase down a crazy terrorist named Inferno that likes to burn down and blow up villages across a variety of tropical islands. This game is an overhead twin-stick shooter with RPG elements, where each level features a pretty sizable map with multiple progression objectives, both primary and secondary. The game immediately struck me as being reminiscent of the old Strike series of helicopter games on Super Nintendo and early PlayStation, a Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, etc. Except the majority of Renegade Ops is played as one of 4 base characters, 5 on PC, in their land-based truck-tank hybrids, kind of more reminiscent of Jackal on NES. The basic control scheme has you moving forward in the direction of the left stick and firing a machine gun by holding the right stick in the desired direction. Every character has a special move activated by the left trigger and can obtain sub-weapons from enemy drops and fire them with the right trigger. Your vehicle also has an infinite supply of turbo using the A button. Just FYI, while playing on PC, the game even recommends that you use a controller so that you have this setup as opposed to tripping over a keyboard and mouse. Even then though, there's no reverse for your vehicle, and while most of the time this isn't an issue, there is some narrow terrain later that you have to be really careful when navigating, lest you perch yourself on a ledge from which you can't escape. Safely, that is. In addition to finding sub-weapons like the rocket launcher and flamethrower, you can also acquire drops that add another barrel to your base machine gun weapon. This upgrade will stay with you until you complete the level or die. You start each level with a predetermined number of lives and restart the map when they're gone. Destroyed enemies award experience points, and with no real stats to view, even the life meter's just a bar, it's difficult to tell if leveling really does anything for your character other than award you skill points, which you can dump into the character's 3 skill trees. Character levels stay with them, and you can even switch between missions and replay older missions with the same or different characters. Renegade Ops features 4-player online multiplayer, and keeps track of the scores in a level, awarding bonuses per kill for the player that does the most damage, giving you points also for stunts as well as pickups. It even encourages some friendly competition by letting players pick up additional hit point restoring crates when they're full and giving them points instead, while robbing the others of what they need to survive. As you can tell from the gameplay videos, I played the entire campaign with Shake, at Rick Willis KC on Twitter, and Rub-a-Ducky, better known in my videos as Hercules. Player collisions generally have one player ramping the other, and there's no friendly fire, and it's actually really fun having someone kite or lead a tank around while the other players work it over. While the Steam achievements are awarded only in single player, I highly recommend going at this game with friends. One breath of fresh air was not being limited to all stay on the same screen, as a lot of the more popular overhead games recently have forced it even while engaging in online play. Renegade Ops does feature 2-player local split-screen co-op as well. Now, we did suffer a couple times from some AVA errors, which completely crashed the game, making whoever got the error lose all progress, while teammates can back out and at least retain the experience they had gained thus far. There were several quote-unquote solutions we found online to fix this. Most ended up just suggesting closing every other application on your computer while you play. We also had a couple instances of one of us getting stuck in the game's terrain. The only way we found to solve this problem was to try and lead some enemy troops to the stuck location and hope you could get them to fire on the player until they're destroyed, at which point they'll respawn outside that location. Graphically, the game looks pretty decent, and the story is told well in cutscenes and mid-game panels in a nice stylized comic book style. The voice acting was a tad over the top, though.
I'm done with this farce.
The level design itself felt a bit strange sometimes, as it was difficult to tell when a level was ending or just extending to another objective, meaning the ultimate goal of a level was never quite clear. You just follow your red arrow and destroy whatever it's pointing at. On the flip side, that arrow is always there, allowing you to instead focus just on the mass destruction and killing things while you follow it around. The game has a map that's easily toggled using the Y button, although sometimes figuring out where you and your friends are located quickly can be a bit of a challenge. The base campaign is only 9 levels long, but you can pick it up for a couple bucks during the Steam sales, and it's definitely fun enough to warrant that. There is some DLC available on Steam to extend that, but it was more expensive than the core game was for me, so none of us tried it. Overall, the game was a bit on the easy side, as the only time we had to redo a mission was for the aforementioned game crashes. Rated as an overhead shooter, the game comes down to an even 50 on my scale, which is an average game. This is Jiro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for notifications of more objective reviews, or follow me on Twitter @Umbra Games.